Hello everybody, it is good to see you.
Good to see you. We're glad to be back here with you. We'll have a couple exciting news for you. I hope you'll enjoy this clip, and we'll see. Dive right into it.
We've got quite a few things coming this year. We're just going to give you one for now. The rest will be released in time, but what we've got now is quite exciting. So I'll let you take off with it, Dad.
All right, so we were looking into basically the history of the field watch, and we wanted to create a field watch as the vintage field watches were made, with the exception of a lot of the or some of the difficulties the military had with the field watch, with the original field watches. So, as you know, those watches were created for people that were in the trenches and that needed to have a good understanding of when the attack should happen, when they should go out of those trenches and get going. So we know of the difficulties they had with water resistance, and back then basically all the watches were made of brass. That was a challenge. Then the additional challenge was the thickness of the watch and the wearability of the watch. So there are a lot of challenges that they had, and a lot of the American brands that were on the forefront back then, they were rather good in manufacturing these field watches for the soldiers. So this watch that we built here, we call it the Trench as well. I mean, this is not the first watch that's been called the Trench, but just in commemoration of that. So it is a watch that is made of titanium, 38 millimeters, and it has a thickness of 8.5 millimeters.
Now this case, when we say titanium, I'm holding it here. This is a sample that we have. Now you've seen a couple watches of titanium that have come from us. We have the Bunker, the Arc, and the Hyper G. There are two different types of titanium there, and we're introducing a third with this model. So I will be showing some clips and some pictures of this over this video. But can you talk about some of the differences that we went with this one?
Yes, so this one has a surface structure of brushed and polished. In the last 2-3 years, we were able to, or the industry was able to start polishing titanium too. And with certain challenges, mainly because of the titanium carbides that are still within the titanium, it's basically impossible to polish it really good. But that has been improved over the last several years with the alloys and the preparation and the how the metal is made. So our watch has a bezel that is fully polished, and then the lugs are polished as well. And my eyes are basically not there anymore, but Jacob says you probably couldn't do it much better with stainless steel. So we're rather proud with the finishing of this case.
It actually resembles stainless steel quite a bit. If you were to just see this in a watch shop or surrounded by other stainless steel models, you probably wouldn't think anything of it until you picked it up, and it would probably fall out of your hands because you're not expecting it to weigh next to nothing. But the finishing on this is top tier. The brush and the polishing are completely separate, and they go right to the edge. So we're really excited about these new innovations that the industry is making with titanium. That being something that we work with quite often. So this is very exciting for us, and it's exciting to do a Dirty Dozen inspired watch without giving you the same quality that they had back then. We're using modern standards of quality with their same interpretation of design. So we're really excited to bring this to life for you guys.
The other thing which was standard to the field watches back in those days was that they used box crystals. And we want to use a box crystal in this watch, but the box crystal is made of sapphire, which has a lot of challenges, but we thought, we want something that is according to the local and the current quality spec aspects. So this watch has a total thickness with the box crystal of 8.5 millimeters, just under that. So it has an appearance of somewhere on 7.5, but with the box crystal there, it actually looks really well and nice. And you'll see the pictures in the video clips that come along with this video how well, we think it goes quite well with it. So
it does. And as this is a World War I inspired field watch, of course it will house a mechanical movement, which will be the SW210. You'll be seeing this model used a bit more from us in the future. I'll hint to a future release. But let's talk about the accuracy difference that we might have with this watch.
Well, we still are on our same accuracy as we are with the SW200s that we provide. So the watch wound up correctly. This might be a little bit challenging because some of us are not accustomed to winding up a watch anymore, but this watch, every 30 hours or so, it has to be wound. But if we take the watch off at night and put it on in the morning, that's what a vintage watch was all about, okay? Making sure the watch is wound correctly and not overwound. So the accuracy is the same, not compared back in the old days. They had to check those watches on a daily basis, okay, how accurate they were with them, and this is not a necessity to do here with this. We're still going to be +6, -4 with them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so the standard tolerance will remain with us. We really pride ourselves on our in-house regulation, and it's something that we plan to uphold in the future. Now that we've covered the movement and the case, let's get into the dial and the hands.
Well, back again, the challenges that existed in keeping a case as thin as possible demanded that the dials were bent. And so, since this is a vintage design, we will have bent dials as well as bent hands, meaning at the tip of the hands and the edge of the dial, it's curved towards the bottom. In order, with that, you can save about, with the box crystal design, you can save about 0.5, 0.6 millimeters in thickness. And it has its features that go with it, that as soon as somebody sees that, they're like, well, that brings back not just old watches, but memories that we've had with these kind of watches. For some of us a long time ago, and for others of you that are lovers, maybe for the first time, but it is definitely something that we wanted to incorporate into this watch as well.
Yeah, it's something that served a real purpose back in the day, having that thin of a watch. Now it's typically so it doesn't catch on our cuff and it will slide under smoothly, and it is a great convenience to have in a watch. The thinner the better is what some people will live by with watches. Now this has a good proportion on the wrist. We plan to put this on a leather strap and have a nylon included, as both wear very well with this case design material.
It'll have somewhat of a vintage look as well, the leather and just a standard buckle. And the nylon strap will be our well-proven nylon strap with both straps will have quick release spring bars on them as well. And so you can use those straps that we provide or use the strap of your choice with it, whichever suits you best. That's not a problem. The whole package of the watch with a nylon strap, we wanted to create a watch that is very, very light. So I weighed the first watch that we made, and it came in at 37 grams. So I hope I hope that will be appreciated. You will not know you have it on, specifically coming from a mechanical movement watch, but we did it so the watch case is durable and has a 10 atmosphere, 100 meter water resistance, as well as having something that is very light and very comfortable to wear. One specific dial color will have the look of a completely oxidized field watch that actually looks like it came from that area. The dial has been oxidized rapidly chemically, so it will have that look. And for some of you that is important, for others not necessarily, but we'll have all the options available, so you can enjoy it any way you want.
And as the oxidation is a chemical process, that means that each dial will be unique.
Yes.
There's not going to be two that are the same. So it's exciting stuff. We're getting into new places that Swiss Watch Company has never been in terms of design. So we will keep you updated with this watch. As soon as we have those dial colors, I will be putting them on all of our platforms, and we'll also be doing another video just like this one to give you an overview of the watch where we can see all of its features.
All right.
All right, thanks guys.
Thanks a bunch.
We'll keep in touch.
See you soon.
See ya.
Bye-bye.